We woke up to storm clouds and a rainy morning in Beaufort, North Carolina. We had a fantastic stay there, but it was time to move on. The storm had passed, so we began our journey up the ICW with a stop at Oriental, anchoring in Alligator River, and a prime rib dinner at Coinjock Marina.
One look in your eyes and I find it. When you leave in my mind I rewind it. When you got it this good, you don't fight it.
We are traveling down the ICW on our way to Oriental, where we're going to spend the evening. And I just passed a fishing boat, and I may be passing another one shortly. And a number of people have contacted or asked questions about what the proper procedures are for passing boats, especially on the ICW. And while it's basically like on the American highways, you would pass a boat that's coming towards you port to port, just like on a highway. If you were overtaking a boat, you would pass them on their port side, your starboard side. Now, there is what is known as a slow pass, and that's the proper way to pass somebody when you're on a narrow canal, or like much of the ICW. And what that means is that as you go, when you pass somebody, you pass them at basically the minimum speed you need to overtake them. And what typically will happen, if there's a boat in front of me and I plan to pass, I will usually hail them, notify them of my intention to pass. And typically what they will do will be to pull a little bit off to the starboard side and slow down, enabling me to slow down even further and being able to pass them in a slow pass. Now, I don't always hail people. Sometimes it's kind of obvious. If you're approaching a vessel and you see them pulling off to the starboard side, I pull off to the port side as far away as I can, and I look at their speed. If I see them drop speed, I drop speed as well. Like I said, just whatever minimum speed you need to safely pass them in a reasonable amount of time. And that's basically the way it's done. Occasionally you will see the hot dogs and a lot of the fishing boats just fly right on past without a slow pass, and I can tell you they're the worst waves, because a boat approaching you at a high speed is not that big a deal because you're going to chop through their wake. But if they pass you, they overtake you at a high speed, the wake sends you into a roll, even if you try to turn into it really quick. And that's when you lose the dishes and the liquor falls out of the liquor cabinet and the chairs fall down, and it's always because somebody decided not to follow proper etiquette on the water. We never do that. Now, we are only on our way to Oriental today. It's only a 2.5, maybe 3-hour run at the speed we're going. The current's been against us the whole way. It's just a short stop, and we haven't been there in a couple of years, so we're looking forward to it. And it's going to be our launching point to get over to the Alligator River to anchor out tomorrow. And that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. It is 9 o'clock in the morning, and we are on the Neuse River. It is like glass out here. I mean, there is no wind, there are no waves. It's going to be a smooth sail, it appears. Just left Oriental, where we spent the night. Had a very early evening for us. I think we were in bed at 8 o'clock. We actually watched television for the first time in I don't know how many months. Watched the Mayor of Easttown, which supposedly they have our accents. Now, of course, I don't hear it. I don't hear any accent at all, but but apparently that's what it is. And it looks like a good show. We actually binge-watched 4 episodes last night. Who knows when we're going to get to see the other 3. Anyway, we are on our way. We're going to go up to Pimlico, where are we going? We're going to go up the Pungo River, and then through the Pungo Alligator Canal, and we're going to find a place to anchor on the Alligator River, which will be about a halfway point between here and Coinjock. And we're just going to spend the night anchored and maybe get an early start the following morning as well. This is the second time we've been to Oriental. I'm going to put my glasses on, I'm not going to be able to see the charts here. The second time we've been to Oriental. The last time was maybe 3 years ago. I think we were bringing the boat back. It's a small town. There's really 2 marinas and 2 restaurants, gift shop, a place to provision. We stay at the Oriental, I think it's called the Town Dock. I'm not exactly sure. It's a small one with just a couple of slips.
It's Oriental Marina and Inn. And the other one's Oriental Harbor.
Okay, well, that's...
And there's also free docks.
Yeah, well, I think there's 1 or 2. I don't know. We just pay and stay at the one with the inn, and it's they have a restaurant right there, a barn restaurant. Town's a little bit sleepy for us, probably. There's not a whole lot going on, but it's a very peaceful place to stay. And I'm sure we'll be back again someday. The manager at the inn and manages the docks, Tom, is very, very nice, very helpful, and so I'm sure we'll be back sometime. But between here and where we're going, there's not a whole lot. On the halfway point, there's Belhaven, but there doesn't seem to be a whole lot to do in Belhaven. Last time we were there, I think there was 1 or 2 restaurants and they were closed. I don't know if we were there on a Monday or what it was, but so we decided we're just not going to stop in Belhaven this time. We're just going to keep on going through it until we're tired of going, and then end up in the Alligator River someplace on the hook. So anyway, see you there.
Roger out.
April showers in the month of May. The ground's still wet and the sky's still gray, but you're still shining. No cadences or chords to play, no melodies or words to say, but you're still singing, and it keeps me breathing. When I fall apart into a million pieces, when I don't know where to start, you put me back together. You put me back together again. When the waters rise and the levee breaks, through your tear-filled eyes and your hands that shake, darling, I'll be steady when you're at the end of your tired rope, when you're feeling trapped and just need to go. Darling, I'll be ready when you fall apart into a million pieces, back together again. I'll put you back together. I'll put you back together again. When I fall apart into a million pieces.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We are on Alligator River, the northern side of the Alligator Pungo Canal. First time we've anchored here. And I think this may be about the most secluded place we've ever anchored in the United States.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We were probably, 30 miles from Coinjock that way, or Elizabeth City if we were going up the other way, and probably 30 miles from Belhaven as well. So I don't know, we're in the middle of nowhere. There's not even another boat anchored anywhere within sight of us, and I can see for miles.
I like that.
Yeah. Anyway, I was starting to think that the most used appliance I ever purchased for this boat was the espresso machine. I think that gets used at least several times a day, every day.
Yep. Keep us rolling.
Yeah. But the hold here was very good. We didn't budge an inch. I have no idea what the anchor is going to look like when we pull it up. I'm expecting it to be mostly mud. And, we were protected. We came to the east side of the river here because the wind was blowing from the east, and there's some good shelter here. So a tiny bit rolly last night. Not much at all, actually. Just the right amount of roll that can rock you to sleep and not wake you up and make you nervous.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So we still have a little bit of an east wind coming here, and but we're getting ready to leave, and we're going to head up. We're going to cross over the Sound and end up in Coinjock, where we have reservations for the evening, and I think we're going to probably get the prime rib as usual, and hopefully meet some people and have a little bit of fun before we move on down to Norfolk the next day.
Yep, that's our plan.
You ready?
Yep, I'm ready. Let's go.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Sorry about that. Off we go.
I'm holding out for a light, need to break up the dark. I'm waiting up for a sign, some neon in the rough, a savior in the twilight. Come get me from this endless midnight. Gets harder in the nighttime, unraveling from tainted paradise. It pulled me under, silver tongue telling me lies. Somebody's a lover, it was the thrill of my life. Feel played in high stakes, lay down your ace and your heart, leave it to fate. And that's just where it starts. My desperado, I'll be a whiskey baby, stone cold. Oh, Mother Mary, save me. It's a smoking gun, the sweetest, softest killer. It ain't for everyone. Honey, I love a thriller.
Well, we're out on the Albemarle Sound. 3 or 4 foot waves today, which is, we've seen it before. It can get kind of rough out here. It's a pretty big body of water. The worst part is there are crab traps or fish traps just all over the place. It's a real pain in the neck. We're following one of the magenta lines, which is typically the way you would cross. That's the, the preferred path. And usually you'll find that the guys looking for crabs or fish or whatever stay out of that path, but it doesn't seem that way today.
There's one right there.
Anyway, I better take the wheel before I hit one.
I'm looking up to the stars to tell me what to do. God knows it's the ancient Lord, whispers it takes two. He's my scarlet letter, held forever my vendetta. Said he'll be mine forever, but only in the fairest weather. It pulled me under, caught me at just the right time. As it got stronger, I started losing my mind. But if you asked me if I'd do it again, I'd tell you, baby, there's nothing worse or better than